The episode commences with Duke Huguenot in a meeting with Mr. Hiroki and Princess Flora. Mid-conversation, a sharp rap echoes from the door. The Duke directs his aides to see to it. As the door swings open, a monstrous figure lunges forward, assaulting the aide, leaving the room in stunned silence. For demonic beings stride in, their murderous intent palpable. Esther Boxer throws a punch at one of the creatures, but it deflects the blow, sending him sprawling. Rana and Flora huddle for safety in a corner. Simultaneously, the remaining monsters advance on the Duke and Hiroki. Hiroki snatches a nearby sculpture and hurls it at one of the demons, but it's completely ineffective. He unsheathes his sword, prepared to defend himself, only to be struck down and flung to the floor. One of the monsters utters something in their strange tongue, startling everyone present. It sneers at Hiroki, revealing its long-held desire to strike him directly in the face. The same monster then turns its attention to the Duke, readying an attack. Rona pulls Princess Flora behind her, shielding her protectively. A blur of motion and a sickening thud follow as the monster punches the Duke in the gut, rendering him unconscious. Hiroki struggles to his feet in an attempt to intervene, but he too is easily cast aside. Rana urges Flora to flee, promising to hold off the demons and give her time. Flora hesitates but eventually dashes for the hallway, while Rana creates a diversion. The demons now converge on Boxer, clearly aiming for the kill. Hiroki, rallying again, races to his aid, managing to sever one of the monster's hands. Seizing the opportunity, Rona shepherds Flora from the room and entrusts her to a waiting man, imploring him to keep her safe. Flora cries out, resisting his hold. Elsewhere in the city, throngs of citizens seek sanctuary in the palace from the monsters rampaging through the streets. Among them are Haruto and his companions. As they step inside, Aisha senses a demonic presence within the palace walls. Liz and her maid greet them, expressing gratitude to Asilia, Aisha, and Haruto for their efforts in repelling the assault on the eastern gate. She insists they must be weary and offers to lead them to a place where they can recover. Haruto inquires about any demonic incursions, to which Liz replies that the patrol guards haven't reported anything out of the ordinary. Hotel, however, remains suspicious, picking up on a disturbing aura. Liz attempts to allay his fears, reminding him that the palace serves as a haven for the hero and Lady Flora, implying its safety. She then promises to confirm with the guards. Meanwhile, Flora pleads with the masked man to release her and call for assistance. He scoffs, revealing that those inside are enhanced specters and that help would arrive far too late. Flora demands to know his identity and purpose. He removes his mask, his voice chilling as he declares himself nothing more than human refuse. Flora instantly recognizes him as an adversary. He discloses that Rona was the mastermind behind her abduction, leaving Flora reeling. Just then, his accomplice appears, urging him to depart quickly before someone discovers them in the palace. Knowing they are outnumbered, the man hoists Flora into his arms, threatening to sever her legs if she resists. He then makes a hasty retreat. Back in the besieged room, Rona unleashes her magic against the monsters, but it proves utterly useless. One of the demons taunts her feeble attempts, leaving Rona feeling defeated and helpless. As the monster advances to strike her, Boxer leaps forward to intercept the blow. Prince Hiroki stirs, regaining consciousness. His voice laced with fury, he exclaims, "This is outrageous. How dare you resort to such underhanded tactics?" The monster retorts, "Your resilience is unexpected, but I struck you with my full force." Infuriated, Hiroki leaps to his feet and charges the monster, sword raised. The monsters close in on Roanna, but Hiroki intercepts them, rescuing her and slaying the creatures. He unleashes a surge of potent magic, shattering the wall in the process. Azeloth observes, this is the chamber where the hero and the others are situated. The remaining monster, overcome by terror, flees from Prince Hiroki, who gives chase. Suddenly, a mysterious figure materializes and strikes Hiroki from behind, stating, "We cannot permit you to fully unlock your heroic potential here. This must be a thrilling contest." The man conjures magic, summoning a horde of monsters from the earth that descend upon the city. Panic erupts among the townsfolk as they scatter, while the soldiers brace for battle, but quickly find themselves overwhelmed by the monster's sheer power. Haruto arrives, cutting down numerous creatures. He then spots the man escaping with Princess Flora and declares, "I will retrieve the princess." The townspeople inform him that Prince Hiroki and Rana are still trapped inside. Naruto recognizes the man's voice, stirring a faint, distant memory. More monsters surge forth, attacking and killing some of the citizens. Lizeloth commands the soldiers and servants to defend the people. Aisha urges Haruto to pursue Princess Flora, but noticing his pained expression, tells him, "Trust your instincts now." Cecilia casts her earth prison spell, ensnaring the majority of the monsters. She asserts, "I can hold my position and fight." Haruto tells Aisha, "I leave the rest to you," and assures Lizeloth, "I will bring Princess Flora back. Do not fret," before racing off. Aisha advises Cecilia to erect a magical barrier for their protection. Cecilia activates the barrier, shielding the villagers while Aisha continues to battle and eliminate the monsters. She requests Chloe's weapon, wielding it to strike down even more creatures. Cecilia marvels, exclaiming, "She possesses Haruto's strength." Lizeloth expresses concern for Aisha, but Cecilia reassures her, saying, "Have no fear, we can depend on her." From afar, the enigmatic monster observes, ordering his minions not to harm Aisha, declaring, "I will handle her personally." Abruptly, the barrier crumbles, and the monsters breach the defenses. Cecilia casts her earth prison spell again, but the lead monster confronts Aisha directly, intent on finishing her. Aisha parries his blows and retaliates with Chloe's sword, ultimately vanquishing him. The scene cuts to Haruto, pursuing Lucius, who has abducted Princess Flora. Haruto states, "I have been looking for you everywhere. The residual traces of amplified magic must be nearby." Who? Utilizing his magic, Haruto pinpoints Lucius's location and launches an attack. Lucius replies, "Unbelievable, someone has already deduced it. Tell me, who are you?" Haruto fixes him with a furious glare.